let's just.
You like just ahead.
Pressed it too soon, but we here now.
We here. We here.
Hey y'all.
Hey Nola.
Hey Nola, welcome to another episode, everyone. Of Let's Get Into It. I am Shady B, and this is the lovely Mace Monroe. Thank you for joining us tonight. We've been, gone for a while, but we're back.
We back with the jump off.
We're back with the jump off. Like we ain't missed nothing. So we are gonna review right now the past 2 episodes of Married to Medicine. To me, this season is going okay, but I'm gonna need y'all to find another topic besides Heavenly. So hopefully y'all bring it better on this season. I feel like some things are coming up, but how do you think it's going so far?
The season it's just moving slow. Like you said, I want them to get off Heavenly's neck. All right, enough's enough. She said what she said, and that's it. But I like the I want to see what the new girl is bringing, Lawyer, because I saw some previews and it seems like somebody's going to be jumping into the ring.
Hey, Sweet Pea. I don't like her already, and I'm gonna tell you why when we get to it. But I already don't like her.
You don't like her?
No, I don't like her.
You think she's Heavenly's pit bull?
I think we're going to talk about it because we're going to have deep discussion tonight about some topics that may make people uncomfortable, but I think it's worth a conversation. So I'm going to get into it in just a moment. So we're starting off at episode 6 when the girls get to Vegas. And by the way, I definitely want to go to Vegas. I haven't been yet, but I do want to go. And I do want to go to all casinos, strip clubs. We just talked about the strip clubs that they went to on the last episode.
Right. It's like,
and I want to
see the house of Ian. Like they was down to the house of Ian. Where they was at?
They weren't at Eden. They was somewhere because those strippers look bored. Those strippers look like they don't want to hardly be there. They weren't working hard. To me, they weren't. I
didn't really know that male strippers are still out there like that until I saw, to the Bolo situation. I'm like, people are really out.
You didn't know that they exist? They still out there.
No, I know that they existed because I used to be down to the male strip club review. We used to up here in the Bronx. We used to call a place called Mount Eden. And they used to have like the show reviews and at the Shadow and all these different clubs. They used to have a whole bunch of, and one of my friends, my close friend, she really liked the strippers. So we used to go there a lot. So we knew like the strippers by their names and she had the strippers' numbers and she'd be like,
she was like one of them girls.
Yeah, she had like the strippers come to her house, whatever. And then they in the house. Then next thing you know, he end up in the room. It was like the housewife, like the stripper end up in the room with somebody. So we talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like a tramp.
Listen, we I don't know about bringing them home, but
yeah,
I like to go.
It was a lot going on.
Yes, let's go to Vegas. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun.
And there was a big time strip. His name was Punisher, and I remember at the time it was like Punisher. And Punisher come to the house or whatever. Her boyfriend was kind of mad because he used all the baby oil and the wipes.
She let Punisher come to where her boyfriend was living.
He was living there, but she used to have like girls' night at her house, like girls' night, whatever. Like we're gonna have a pleasure party. Like she's one of those girls that she's like a candy. Like
okay, and a contestant.
Yeah, she likes.
I saw in the preview you throwing your coochie out for Simone. Who and Dr. Jackie.
Contessa's just looking for she's looking for a woman.
I don't know which way Dr. Contessa want to go, but. Hey,
I know it's not what it's not that way,
And I am down for a trip to Vegas. I am down. Let me know. Let's set a date. I am down. And is what I'm
saying. If I go there, it's going to take because I already know I'll be out there. It's the gambling for me.
And let's talk about the trip. They went on that not skydiving. What's it called? Zip lining. I want to do that. But it looks like it's really high off the ground. And I don't want to pull a Toya and be upset, crying on the side. I really don't want to pull
they said they start off high. one of my friends did it. She said it started off high, like they're in the, I think the mall, like it started off high, and then she said it comes down low until it feels like you're almost going to touch the crowd, like it comes down like really low.
I don't know. We're gonna have to pray on it. Y'all, if I'll do it, if y'all do it with me.
No, I'm telling you, me and my wig ain't with it. Me and the wig is not with it.
I'm not gonna do it by myself because it looked like it was. I was just looking at it, and it was like it looked higher than the buildings itself. And I'm like, how high are they? You know, I don't know if I trust the strings to hold me up. I'd be the one that it be done slipped on. I'm falling down in Vegas, so
I'm landed in the Gucci store. I'm like, this is not how I wanted to get here.
So Jackie is hosting a sex toy party, and I'm seeing butt plugs and dildos. I don't even know if I can say that stuff on YouTube. I'm seeing sex toys.
I think you can.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go to Vegas and have. I wanna go and eat and have fun and just be a gutter night all throughout. You know, just be a gutter night. So she has the sex toy party, and it just seemed. I know Jackie's trying to have fun, but I don't know. It just seemed kind of off brand for her. Unless do you really think Dr. Jackie is nasty?
No.
Why she have a sex toy party? But she had this party, and at this party, Toya said something to offend Audra. Audra is the friend of Dr. Heavenly who has come on the trip. She said something about, yes, a gutter snipe, a true gutter snipe. So that's what you need to do on vacation. Let loose and have fun.
Right. They don't know me out here.
They don't know me.
They don't know me.
As long as I wake up in the hotel, we good.
Right.
We good. So Toya says something to offend Audra, basically saying that you're not a good lawyer. But she said it to me in jest. I think
it was a joke. I think it was a joke.
Audra, this is why I don't like her, and we're gonna have this discussion about. Because I've been seeing this on my timeline lately about African versus African American dynamics, and let's have a real conversation, y'all. And this is the part that I did not like is when she made that joke or whatever. Audra could have easily let that go because can't nobody take away your credentials or what you've done or who you are. So it shouldn't matter if somebody says something stupid or flippant. But she took it as, this is what she said. I'm African. You don't know me. You don't talk to me like that. We don't play that. I'm African. I'm Ghanaian. We don't do that. What does that mean? And then after that, she started talking down towards Toya. Because Toya, as we know, is not a doctor. And she's African American.
No, she's not professional. She's not,
But my thing
they would consider a professional. But from my experience, and this is just my personal experience, a lot of Africans are like that. They are seriously like that. And if you mistake their credentials, no, I am such and such. You do not tell me that I am not, because I work hard. And they really think like they really have a certain pride and work.
To that thing is beyond pride. Because you can be proud of yourself and what you've done, but it's I feel like I'm better than.
But it is, and also because I was looking at something also on internet about how Africans, like when they're home, like in Africa, and when they're sending like their children off to America or whatever, they advise them not to really deal with the American blacks. Like you deal with the whites, like you go over there where the white people are. You do not deal with the American blacks. Because the American blacks are like low lives and they're like things. So if you want to be considered like of class or have anybody respect you, you go over there to the whites and not the blacks. And this is something that is
true. That's how they feel, and it's just another way of division. Like I feel like division has been going on in the Black community for centuries.
Yeah, but this has been always the Africans always thought they were
and
better.
It's like I feel like we can't really get a break as Black people. We can't get a break. We get it from our own people. It's this light skin versus dark skin debate. Then it's the African versus African American. It's like we're always pitted up against somebody, or somebody feels
well, yeah, we will never. That's why we need our reparations, because we will never actually, as a whole, as regular American Black people, due to slavery, I don't think we will ever get past. It won't ever get past that, because, like you said, we have colorism, we have this, we have that. We're the only culture that we have no type of background. Like Africans think they know their history. They believe we know who we are. We are proud of who we are. You American Blacks are dummies. You understand? Basically, like you're the dumb ones. You know, don't compare.
And that's like a really. It's really offensive to me that whenever you try to talk to someone, or like Audra and Toya, you're having an argument, and I'm African, it's supposed to trump everything else. You know, you're being boastful. You're trying to put down Toya, and you're sitting at a table amongst a whole bunch of successful people. Let's exclude Toya, but you're sitting at a table with.
But she's successful in her own right. You know,
Toya.
Yeah, I'm saying she accomplished. She's sitting at the table amongst these women, so that's success in itself. Like she married the doctor, whereas she can be in a circle with these women, and she has the opportunities and doors are open for her. So she is successful in herself. She's sitting at the same table with you. You know what I'm saying?
I think she's more successful than Sheba Sheree, but that's a whole different topic.
That is spring summer fall successful, like, you know.
Audra reminds me a lot of how Wendy from Potomac came across.
Yeah, but it's a lot of
really boastful. Really, I'm better than you because I have degrees and I've done this, and you know, check my resume, Google me, like
they think so. They really do, and that's why it's a lot. Like, because my ex-husband used to talk down like that about Americans like that in front of me, and so I used to get mad. And I'm like, well, why the f you here? You know what I'm saying? You come in here to the land of milk and honey and trying to take it. He was like, oh, you know why I'm here? Because y'all Americans, like, y'all fools. He said, y'all get free education, y'all get this. I could come here.
You don't get free education over here.
But he feels like they go, when you go to school, like from like kindergarten, and they have public school. He was saying, like, in his wherever he's from Guinea actually, and he was like, where I'm from, we don't have that like that, and for y'all to have this and y'all do nothing with it, and we watch y'all, like, from his perspective, he think everybody was dirty, everybody American Blacks, like, you're ignorant, you're stupid. He really thought this. He was like, when coming here,
you know, y'all know what Americans think of foreign.
He was told to avoid, you know, but this is how, because I grew up with, you know, like, I had an African girl that was in my class in elementary, whatever. Her name was Arena American, and in my second grade class, and they used to call her like African booty scratcher, you dirty African, like, y'all sit there and eat, you all eat with your hands, and was saying, like, you know, negative things to her. But, like, she really, like, we were in public school at the time, but she really worked hard. Like, and this was in second grade, and I still remember, like, because it was like me and her, like always fighting for the top spot. So I was like, ooh, that damn Marina, you know, like, but like, they really do look down on a regular American Black, because they feel that you have all the opportunities here. And like my ex-husband said, I'll come here, and within 5 years, I will surpass everybody who already been here. In which he did. Like, he did that.
Well, I think it's a mindset, because everybody's goal is not to be a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist or whatever. That's not everybody's goal.
No, he just saying, like, success. Like, he owned like a couple of stores. Like, he said, I could get a business license. He opened like a little storefront selling hats at first, and they really are dedicated. Like, to whereas maybe we are, as the American Black, some as a whole, like, a little lazy.
I don't think it's that. I think that growing up in this society, if you're constantly being told you can't, and you're in a negative environment, I think environment has a lot to do with it too, and wanting to get out and do better. But it's also opportunities as well.
But I think, you know, sometimes when we have things that's already
let's not act like black people just have the.
No, not saying that we have the lap of luxury. I'm just saying as a whole, like, because what he said, like because I was upset when he was like acting what he was saying, because I'm like, you here trying to get a green card. You know what I'm saying? This is why, and that was low key the reason why I didn't, go through with his green card stuff. I'm like, yeah, you need an American for this. You know what I'm saying? But he was saying, he had a point, because he said, look, I'll come here and in 4 or 5 years, I'll surpass the regular American black person. Like, he said, and he did. Like, you literally came here, you worked.
What's the regular?
Drove cabs. Like, he drove cabs until he was able to buy a little storefront that was as big as a closet, selling hats and sneakers out of that. He moved up and had the net, and very patient. And they would always have, like, because that was an issue too. Like, in his apartment, he had like a 1-bedroom. He had a 1-bedroom apartment. Then he had another 2-bedroom apartment. One apartment. And he would always have his rotating cousins. Like, it was always these rotating cousins. Like, every time I come, it was somebody new on the couch. Who the fuck is this? Who's Fufu and Fifi and Abtulu? And they all here and they on the couch. But they all did that to save money. And then they had like susus and did all this stuff. And to where as they stuck together as a unit, and even friends that came up from Africa that, this is my mother's friend's nephew. He's coming. He's going to stay with me for 2 weeks so he get a job or whatever like that. They help each other, to whereas a lot of us regular American black people, we barely want, like, some people don't, when you go on to people's YouTube channel, don't mention your stuff on, like, we don't want to help each other. And where these people, they find they from the same community back home in Africa. Oh no, they don't even got to know this person. This is such and such son. That come stay with me on my couch. You can stay, and they will help each other. And I think the regular American black, most of us, we don't do that.
Because I don't want to deal with y'all.
Right, but we have that.
I think it's cultural differences.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make one group better than the other.
No, it doesn't make it. It's just how, like you said, it's cultural differences. It's
good and bad on both sides. So moving forward, we're going to talk about this brunch that they have, where Toya was demanding bacon like a ghetto gutter snipe at the table, banging the table because you don't have bacon. If they don't have it on the menu, I'm not going to holler for it. Like, if you
she was upset about that bacon.
If I was the waiter and she asked me for bacon, I'd be like, well, do you see it on the menu? Because unless it's on the menu, we don't have it. And I'm not going down the street to go fry you up some bacon. That was petty to me.
It was. And I don't know. I can't eat outside bacon. Like, I gotta cook my own bacon.
I get it. It's brunch, and most black people do like bacon. But we're on vacation. We're in Vegas. I mean, eat what they have. I'm sure it was good. So they're having this argument at this table, and somehow Heavenly and Contessa get into a heated exchange.
Contessa, that she went back to Contessa. That was.
And I want to bring up what So Deb says. He says, "Now, Mace, let's not start lying. Toya is successful at drinking Patron and making bad decisions with Eugene's money."
But that is success in itself. She was able to, in her own right, you heard what I said, Deb, in her own right, in her lane of what she's successful. She snagged the doctor, and she's able to sit at the same table amongst these successful professional women. So she's successful in her own right. Like, she did what needed to be done, to get, she dealt with that little thing, Let's
talk about that. So we're just gonna jump ahead since you want to bring that up. Let's talk about how disrespectful Toya is to her husband. I was shaking my head when they were at the table and they were playing that game on episode 7. We're gonna actually, no, we can get into it now.
Yeah, because the fight happened, Heavenly went off, and
this fight was just really unnecessary, and it really
people was videotaping in the background,
acting like a stereotype again. You got these black women arguing, hollering, fussing at each other over some bull crap. To me, the argument is dead and is done. Yes, Contessa, you did talk about your marriage too much, and I said that season. I was like, she's talking a lot. That season was about her, and I think when she got the cameras in her face, she felt like the star, and she was just talking. She was just talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they want. and now it's backfiring on you, and it's making you look stupid. So you don't want people to repeat it, but you put it out there. So I get that point that you shouldn't have put it out there, and you know,
Yeah, she was oversharing. Like I think she
we're
just got caught up.
oversharing.
Yeah, she got caught up with the thing, and just kept it. Just blurted out. Probably a lot of stuff probably that she didn't want now, and she wished that she could retract now.
But at the same time, that does not mean my friend goes out and repeats some negative things that I've said that's going to be detrimental towards me or detrimental towards my reputation or anything like that.
I don't think, because what happened, I don't know exactly what she said that was so bad. Honestly, I would be more mad.
She opened up about the basically emotional abuse.
But she didn't see. She was asked a question and she answered the question. I don't think she just openly just started talking about he's abusing her and such and this, that, and the third. And so that's why I didn't understand why Contessa was so upset. Now, Quad, I'll be upset. Like, girl, you sitting there telling people like that's something to be upset about. But Contessa, someone wrote in it like, or do you think that he is abusive physically? So she said, verbally and emotionally, yes. She answered the question. What she thought. She didn't. I didn't think she went in and said, "Well, he's an abuser and he's emotionally abusing her." And she
was telling a lot of the business, like she was oversharing. And do they have cheese grits in Vegas? And do they taste good? Because
you just don't know. You just never know.
Everybody don't know how to do grits. And that's a Southern
I can't eat anybody else breakfast food. Like breakfast food, I cannot eat. I want a hamburger or give me some during the breakfast time. Give me dinner. Give me some ribs.
And Contessa might as well forget that diet. You're in Vegas. That's where people go to eat.
That diet went out the window.
She was eating the whole time she was there.
The first night, that diet went out the window.
That's what I don't like. If I'm going on vacation, I am not going to be on a diet. I'm not going to be on any type of plan unless it's like a health thing, for my life. Other than that.
Because if I go to Vegas, I'm bringing an extra
stomach. Eating. If I'm going on vacation,
I'm bringing an extra stomach in my luggage.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to Toya's disrespect. So they're playing the game, and they asked the question, what did you learn after you got married, or what did you find out after you got married?
What was the most significant thing that you learned after you got married? And
she said the D don't get
that the penis doesn't grow anymore. That's it. Like,
Well, what you thought? Oh, so basically, she said that he got a pinky and soft, and basically, when it get erect, it's still a pinky.
I honestly think when she said that, I took that as a joke. Like that was just the end or be all for penises. Like that's the last penis I'm going to see. Like it's not going to.
I don't think she meant it that way. I think
that's what she was going for, and I think the truth just slipped out. I think that's what she was going for. Like when you going for something, you like I'm going for saying like this is it. This is the only one I'm going to see. But then the truth slipped out, but like it's not getting any bigger. Oops. I didn't mean to say big. I meant to say that's the only one I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Or that's the only size I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Bottom line, Eugene is sitting there with a doorstop. He's sitting there. And she done told the world. And it's not right. And Eugene deserves much better than that. I'm telling you. Divorce her, Eugene. Divorce her.
Nola says, listen, when she said cocktail wiener didn't grow into a hot dog, I was embarrassed. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Why do you keep embarrassing your husband?
See, because now everybody gonna look at his crotch.
Like, now we looking at him like,
like don't do that. Like, do not talk about your husband's genitalia and stuff. Because like now when I see Eugene, I'm like,
we're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, I'm feeling real sorry for him. And you know that he already has that, like he's like a nerd. He gives like big nerd. Like you just
energy, stayed in the house energy, read my book energy.
You just want to pay for like a hookup for him or something. Like you want to, just buy him a hookup
until I got some money energy. Use my money to keep women around energy. So I thought although it was funny for us, for Eugene, I'm pretty sure he was very embarrassed when he saw that.
He's still embarrassed. You cannot. One thing about men, and I learned this, men, it's what is up with the penal area. You can say anything. You could tell a man he's broke. You could tell a man that he's ugly. You tell a man that he got a little penis. He's upset for life. Like, I mean, and it could be true, but he's upset for life.
Put the shrimps in the chat. Put the shrimps in the chat, y'all.
Not the shrimp. Don't
put the shrimps in the chat.
Not the cocktail, you itty bitty teeny weeny.
Because the shrimp actually, when you uncurl it, it gets longer. So it's definitely not a shrimp. So
it could be one of those little, like the Vienna sausages, or a cheese doodle, like the puffs cheese doodles, or the Jacks. I love me some Jacks cheese doodles.
So what I'm thinking is right now, Toya, because I can no longer be on your side. I was on your side with the intervention thing and all of that, but I can't ride with you no more. I can't ride with you. This is like the sixth time you done embarrassed your husband. You get at him. You called him fat. You said he was masturbating a lot and he wasn't doing nothing with you. Then,
oh my God, this is why would you say this? Now putting all this together. Like, cause as you are rolling off the things that she said to him, so now I see him masturbating with a little penis, like a little Vienna sausage, and now I'm like, oh my God, he was probably just jerking it, and he probably was expecting it to get bigger. Cause I'm very visual. Like, you can't say stuff to me because
we know what size it is, and
I need a drink.
I think Toya knew what size it was when she married him. They said Tim Norman had the same issue. Lord.
Well, his booty made up for the rest. He had hips.
They said the hips spread so wide, it just, oh Lord have mercy. Did y'all see Jennifer's interview with Carlos? She talked about legs, hip, body, and how crazy he was acting. So Deb says, she said Eugene had a winky. Think about how much she brags about that shower head.
I gotta tell you about this one. It's chocolate wine, but it's delicious.
Well, at least if the D ain't D'ing, what about that mouth? So can he make up with it with the mouth if he has one of these? Can he make it up with the mouth?
But he don't even look like he could do that well, like, because his lips is thin. His lips are like so thin, so it's probably just no.
Is she still giving him the testosterone shots? Is that why she was giving him testosterone?
Oh my God! See, now this is what I'm saying. You are mentioning everything, and everything is coming into place.
You remember she was shooting him, giving him shots in the butt? Like, he was coming home from work, and she was like, "Here comes your testosterone. Make sure you get some."
But she was trying to, and Toya's a freak. The way she was talking about that shower,
and the way she was looking at those strippers.
Toya's a stone cold.
She ain't seen no D in a long time.
Like, and she
she ain't seen no D in person in a long time.
Oh my God, this chocolate wine.
Ooh, okay. So Deb says, I looked at his crotch the rest of the episode. I didn't see anything in the middle.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Why did she say that? Because now every time Eugene come on, I'm be looking like, and it's not right.
Hey Q, thanks for joining us.
Hey Q.
Y'all, this is not right. This is not right.
Not the shrimp. See?
Shrimps in the chat. This is not right.
So you say he takes tartar sauce with his love making. Give me a side.
No, cocktail sauce with my shrimp. What you mean? Tartar sauce with shrimp?
Yeah, if it's fried, because it gets smaller when it's fried.
Oh Lord. We don't need nothing to get smaller this episode. So, Lord have mercy. So
I'm gonna need Toya stop, because Eugene's gonna embarrass. He's gonna leave you. You already spending the man's money. You moving from house to house. Now you telling him he got he got a little wiener. So now it's like, dang, my pockets is not.
That's embarrassing though. Your wife is,
because before you can he probably made it up with money. Because like a lot of times, like they feel like I may have
make it up with money, but
I have money. But now that he's moving from house to house, you're putting this man in debt, so he just has nothing to live for. Like, it's like, I don't even, like, my penis is this big. Now you done took all my money. Like, what else do I have? Like, Toya, like, what else? Like what else? He's gonna be Tyrese soon. What more do you want from me?
And a thumb and a pointer finger. Lord.
He's gonna be like, "What more do you want from me? It will not grow no more. That's it. This is all you're gonna get." But you know they doing the BDLs now, so maybe he could get a BDL. And if he do it, I think like promote it. He probably could get it done for free.
Maybe he can, but I feel like Toya is kind of mentally abusing Eugene. It's kind of like she wants to publicly shame him, every season. And
I think he's like, so I think he doesn't act. I think he's going to snap one day because he gives.
When you snapping on the wrong people,
he gives off the aura of like he don't care, and I can see like a lot of times even with their dynamic when they're in the house and she's talking to him, it's more of him like shrugging the shoulder, like she'll say something, he'll be like, like, oh really, and then make a joke out of it. I think if he really,
I think he's still got low testosterone. He needs some more shots.
Well, he needs to take 2 more shots and get at her.
They said like a Gershwin pickle, like the little small pickles.
The little one that got the little curve.
Those are really crispy.
They are. That's what I'm saying. They like a bite size. Like they are perfect.
A little small. Yeah, you put the whole thing in your mouth. But
well, I know she could give a hell of a blowjob to him. I don't know how it would feel in your mouth.
How would you give a blowjob to?
No, because she could just suck. No, if she takes the whole thing and sucks really hard, like just the whole one foot. I don't know if let me demonstrate. I don't know if I can.
Oh no, we're not gonna do no demonstrations.
And it just just grab the whole thing and just. I mean,
we can't do no demonstrations.
You see these cuts in this joint. This does it. Just grab the whole thing and just. One good time. And then that's it.
We're dealing with shrimp cocktails, so
you gotta put like.
So Deb said she was tired of the mouth on this episode. She said he was eating it like for 30 minutes, and she wanted it to be over. He probably doing it wrong. You got to know where to go. If you know where to go, you don't have to stay there for long.
Yeah, I told you his lips is little. He look like he don't know what he's doing.
He don't know what he's doing. He ain't never had a girlfriend. He never had relations.
Yeah, because he was the one that was practicing the mirror A, B, C. But he was doing practicing. But he got to get into it, like get like the motion going.
Okay, so Nola says, baby, she don't have to worry about it. Get a lockjaw. 3 to 5 minutes, he's done.
Less than that. That's what I said. Right.
I think the lockjaw sets in if you've been doing it for over 10 minutes.
No, she'll get him real good because she can probably fit the whole.
But if you're not really opening your mouth and you can still do it with your mouth closed, then
I'm gonna tell her what to do. What she needs to do is get some ice, get some Listerine. Put some ice in her mouth, make her mouth really cold, like and goggle the Listerine, swish, 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 swish. Then take the ice out, but then put the whole thing in her mouth because she could fit the testicles too because it's so small probably. So it's just like pop them in like Tic Tacs, and then the whole thing, and from the ice, the coldness, and then the Listerine, the sensation, he's done, and then she's taking all his money. It's over for him.
What does he need Google Maps for, y'all? What does he need Google Maps?
He need the road map to the coochie.
He need just okay. So are we gonna have a late night day or not? Because if well, I guess we can't talk about this. But you just have to focus on the main parts when you're at the buffet. I'm gonna just say that. Focus on your main courses. Don't focus on the side dishes. But we're gonna move forward. But let's talk about Quad getting choked and masturbating multiple times a day. Y'all nasty. Like this whole episode was nasty. I don't know. I just got resaved, but Quad is
you have to go get again after this episode.
I try to get saved once a year. So Quad is at home using her shower head, and I guess she using other products as well.
Not even the shower head. She said, she got toys all over the place. Like she got toys.
Like that's nasty.
But she said she Mason.
You got your juice on the shower head.
She said she was scared Mason may come in one day. Mason may come in one day and find one of her toys around. That's how many toys she got late. She said she got toys stashed all the way around her room.
Well, keep him in your room and don't let him come in your room.
But imagine if Mason, because Mason is a little old man. He's a young old man. I'm an adult,
and
I can see Mason finding one of those things. I'm like, well, what is this? No, because he talked like a grown man, like a grown Southern man.
And then he was on the phone with Quiet. You need to come.
Yeah, when you coming
Get
home,
that old man off your phone. Why?
Right, but he want to pick up one of them dildos she got laid around. Like, what is this?
Lord Q says that he needs directions to the coochie. We can definitely do we need to do a late night because I don't even know what we can and what we can't talk about on
right,
here.
But if she get that Listerine,
and I don't want y'all to think I'm dirty because I'm
he get the Listerine and get some ice. I'm telling you, the Listerine and the ice works nice.
But wouldn't it be cold? Like, wouldn't it be like?
No, but there's the sensation of the cold plus the Listerine, the minty sensation on the penis and on the balls. Because you can even blow, like if you blow, it's like they get sensation. That was a Lola Bunny. No. And then
you go get this episode blocked.
Right. And then men, I don't know why men.
Okay, let's talk about the shower head thing because
I need to find out why men like.
Why y'all leaving y'all juice on the shower head? And somebody else gotta go behind you take a shower, and they smelling somebody else.
Well, I think it's the one that. Oh well, goddamn! She said she got the ones that shoot from multiple directions. I'm like.
Yeah, somebody said that they had it sprays all over. I think it was Anila said that she.
Yeah, Anila. Well, we see what you do. You damn sure take care of
those showers where the water comes in all directions because I like taking long hot showers personally. It's my time to think, relax, take off whatever I was dealing with from the day. Just I like being in the shower. So
yeah.
And having that water splash against you is calming, that hot water that, me personally, but I never used the shower head, but I'm a guy, but I never used, I don't know what, is it like a vibrator? Y'all put it in
No, because they take the water, because you could use like the faucet as well. So any type of water, like
faucet.
Like the tub, the tub, like
in the tub.
Women legs are up to the moon and they are scooted. They scooting their booty down to the sink and putting that leg up and letting the water just run while their legs are like up in the. Oh wait, this is too much. Like this, and letting.
We just went a whole direction.
And letting the water just run hither there into the nether regions and the pulsating of the water on the nether.
Said add Altoids to what you were saying. So Altoids, mouthwash, nice.
The mint, any type of mint, like the minty sensation on
with new stuff.
No, this is old. That was since the 90s. I learned that in 1994.
When it comes to doing it, I'm just old fashioned. I don't be doing all the Listerine and
that's how you trap them. You get them in there because then they get trapped because they get so excited over them. Like, oh my God, I never had nothing like that. What did Boosie say? Break in the girl's version. You break in the guy's version.
Well, Boosie know about that. He know how to break.
You break in his version. He didn't never have nothing like that done to him. That's what Toya probably did to Eugene. And since his mind crazy, he's like, I gotta marry her.
No, I think what it was Eugene is a nerd, and he never been that popular guy. He never been that guy that girls really look at.
And Toya just give me around the way fillet. She gives me like around the way chick.
I want to be rich. I see he's in med school. I see he's about to graduate, and I know he's smart. So let me link up with him, and hopefully I could be a housewife and do nothing and complain all day. Allegedly, she out on the beach having sex on the beach, while Eugene said that he don't like public PDA. He don't like PDA. So who she said it was with an ex-boyfriend. Was it an ex-boyfriend or was it with a what do you call the male, the mistress? What do you call the male mistress?
A gigolo?
Gigolo? Was it with a gigolo? Because it wasn't Eugene. I don't see Eugene on nobody's beach.
She said it was before Eugene.
Didn't that mean in college? Okay.
Well, we don't want to ruin anyone's marriage, but Eugene.
I'm not ruining nobody's marriage, but
Eugene, she did say, you got a cocktail shrimp.
Ain't no shrimp cocktail on no beach because number one, that's where the shrimps are, is in the ocean. And you don't know if it's sand or if it's peen going there or what. Moving forward from that, I'm still stuck on the shower head and lifting your leg up in the tub.
Yeah, but if you get, they scoot down. I'm telling you, the ladies be in the tub, scoot it all the way down to the bottom because you back. The water runs down.
Nasty.
Yeah, usually you're facing the faucet, the spout. You're facing the spigot, but people are scooting.
But I love it. I love it though.
People are scooting.
I didn't know that.
But they are scooting to the front.
Well, wouldn't that be too much water going into your?
It's not going directly in. It's more of a splash, and it's the water hitting like.
It's hitting the spot.
Yeah, it's hitting the water, just hitting and the pulsing of the water. Like, and if they got a shower head, like, because if you got that removable shower head and the right,
y'all need to be washing that shower head after y'all use it.
No, I don't think they're putting the whole thing in the cooch or anything like that. It's like it's more of like this is the shower head, right? They bring the shower head there and they just spraying it on it, like just like
So y'all just let the water hit it, or
let the water, like and then I don't know if there's
I think y'all okay. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
724 says them Altoids got me a 10-day vacation to the DR.
See,
well, maybe I need to do something so I can get a trip to Vegas.
See?
Listen, it be clean when we done.
Right.
But your mouth be dirty.
It's the cool minty sensation, and then you got fresh breath. He got fresh penis. It's it's a win-win.
Do y'all check for freshness before y'all start?
Of course, like that's like I'm not just no.
Or do y'all just take him as he is?
No.
Come as you are, how we do in the church. Come as
that's a little disgusting. Oh my God! Speaking of something disgusting, a friend of mine, she was dating. She wasn't even. I don't even know if she was dating this guy, but she said he was uncircumcised. And this is why I never looked at her the same after this. She said she peeled it back and she commenced to giving fellatio, and it was a smell of like molded cheese that was coming from behind the skin.
Don't wash in between his skin.
Yeah, and then I was like, but the point was, girl, you still did it. Like, ew, like your tonsils are disgusting. Like your gums are like corroded right now. Like you still like it was the smell, and then the cottage.
It was cottage cheese in there.
She said she peeled and then I'm like, first of all, the uncircumcised alone, like you're not gonna like. First of all, no. Your mama should have got that taken care of if you wanted to get taken care of.
Well, people what I will say is Latino people do not believe in circumcision. And
this guy was black.
Don't do that.
I mean, he's
but it is it's harder to clean when you have the foreskin, and a lot of times they don't peel it back and wash.
Do not come to me with no turtleneck. I don't want no turtleneck.
Yeah, clean the turtlenecks, y'all. Put the turtles in the chat. Clean your turtlenecks. Make sure the under part is clean. Let's do a PSA.
Push it way back.
And if you gotta peel something off something, y'all don't need to be sucking on that thing. If you gotta peel it,
right? If you smell something moldy,
you smell it and then you peeled it and you still did it,
right? That's how I was like, girl, like. I never looked at her teeth to say.
This turned into a whole after hours thing. So let's talk about Quad wanting to be choked. Was Dr. G choking Quad? I don't think that's him choking him.
I can't picture him choking her with that voice, with that little voice.
So I don't know. Y'all got to wash your little turtlenecks And it'd be a shame. It'd be shame if Eugene had a turtleneck too, and it was a shrimp.
Oh my God! Then it's really little because oh my God!
It just looked like a nub. So we're just gonna move on. They were having a few discussions at the table. They were talking about men being the breadwinner, and Dummy Toya says, "No, men don't have to be the breadwinner. Call me traditional, but I do feel like if a man is living with a woman with their kids, he needs to be provider for his family. Period. I don't think that the man should be at home unless it's agreed upon for." Even then, I still think the man should really be taking care of his house.
Yeah, I think because I'm very traditional in that way as well. Like, I think men should provide for, like, I don't even want women driving actually, because I swear to God, when they
I'm not one of those people that feel like women don't have to do anything and they can't do anything.
No, not that they can't do anything, but I think a man should be the main provider. He should be the head of his household. I think
he should be, and that's it.
The head
it
of his
really
household.
does make a difference in the kids. You can really tell the kids who had that structure.
Yeah, but it just structure. Period. It just changes a whole nother dynamic. And if a lot of women like to say, "Oh no, I don't need no man. I don't need no man."
If you got kids, you definitely. It takes two. It takes two to make a baby, and it takes two to raise the baby.
Yeah, you just need a partner because like you're gonna need that partner, especially with kids. Like,
absolutely. Thank you, Q. Thank you. Just wear some regular today.
Oh, thank you.
Out here. So we talked about Toya being disrespectful, talking about her husband, quiet masturbating,
and getting choked. I was like, Quad talking about she want to be choked. If somebody choke her and that wig pop off, she gonna be sitting there looking like a boiled cabbage patch.
And her wigs have been horrible this season. I've been seeing like it looked like I could peel it off. Like the last wig she had, the black one.
It's like so neat. Like the wig is like so neat around the front, and I'm like, she want to be choked. Did you saw the picture I had? Did you see the picture I sent you?
Of Quad?
I know of that cabbage patch. So I said, as soon as Quad get choked and that wig pop off, that's exactly how she'll be laying in that bed looking like
with all that makeup on. So we get back to after they had that dinner where they was embarrassing each other. They went out to the strip club.
No, go to that restaurant. They went to that restaurant first, where they had that seafood and they had the chill plat.
Yes, where they was talking about quiet masturbating. Heavily brought up her issues and
the food. Forget the issues. I wanted the food. Did you see the chilled seafood they brought out? And
I was looking at the steak that they had out, and I love me some seafood. I love me some steak. So when we go to Vegas, we definitely got to go.
Yes, and they had the truffle.
A spot. I love me a buffet. I don't bump C19. I love a buffet. Take me to the buffet. I don't care. I'm gonna eat.
Oh, I love chilled shell seafood. Like when they bring that out on the platter with.
I don't really like oysters because they're kind of dangerous. Like you really like they always have the little warning next to them.
Yeah, I can't eat oysters anymore because I can't eat clams anymore. But I will eat a shrimp. It'll take me a couple of days.
You like shrimp?
I love them. I love seafood. Like I love seafood. I'm a seafood lover.
I'm gonna call Eugene to have him come out and do a dance for you because I didn't know you like shrimp like that.
I love it. Eugene, shrimp it on.
Okay, you got that little technique. You done showed the people a technique that they can use with their bae.
Watch, and I'm telling you, when they use that and they start getting that, I'm gonna need 5.
So, do you keep the Listerine in your mouth and swish it?
No, you're gonna have the ice. Like you get the ice.
Okay, you get the ice.
Get like a mouth, like probably 2 pieces of ice to put in your mouth to get your mouth really cold. You take the Listerine, while the ice is still in your mouth, swish. So you get your mouth really cold and have the Listerine in it. Then you spit it out while your mouth is still cold. You apply, and then it's a sensation.
You gotta do all this while
it's a sensation, but it's a sensation. I guess they get because I'm telling you, like she said, she got with the Altoid because it's that same mint, that menthol, that thing, and it's with the cold and the mint on the sensitive area. It's very, and then if you come up,
you better be taking notes.
If you come up and below it, just come off and.
She's showing y'all how to keep y'all man. She's showing y'all how to turn a hoe into a housewife. That's what she showing y'all.
It's going to be H2H Diaries. H2H Diaries.
Like, and as a woman, it seemed like that would turn you on to be with the man who provides and takes care of you and your family. Like, you don't want no grown man just sitting there on the couch playing video games all day.
Right.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah, some people don't have their wigs on during relation. Like, sometimes people like a gutter snipe. Like, take the wig off, no makeup, no nothing. Take the socks off too.
Right. I want you looking.
I don't like nothing on. Like, I don't know why
they like take that wig off, and I want you laying in the bed looking like Cleo. Set it off.
But the food looked good, and I was looking at it. And the chef came out and greeted them. That was nice. Simone gave them all stacks. I was trying to see how much money it was in the stack. It looked like
1,000. It should be.
It was ones. So I'm trying to figure out, was it 100 in ones?
No, that was more than 100.
I want to know. Maybe it was 1,000, but it was.
It could have been that brick is usually 1,000 in ones.
Okay, but I wouldn't be spending no 1,000 in ones at that strip club because they seemed like they was kind of.
Yeah, that was not the eating, like, you know.
Like that was not eating. Like, if I go to the strip club, I want to see something. I don't want to see no outfits. I don't
want to see no cover ups, you know.
Cover up, that cover up gonna have to come off.
We want you to roll it, just roll it out.
That's roll it out. $40, not them outfits and them routines. I'm sick of those stupid routines with the what was they, the airline people or the army people? Come on, just get out there. We want to see.
You like just get out there, whip it out.
I'm a get to it type of person. Let's just do it. So they're making fun of Jackie for being approved. I don't think, is she approved or is she not approved? Because that's what I don't know. She on one hand she want to act like she down and she be doing stuff, but
Jackie's a front. She's a frontation. Jackie be fronting.
I think it's what works for them. As far as the routines and stuff, it is working for them. Y'all spending y'all money on it. So after they get back from the script club, they was drunk. Anila pees on herself. Like, I think she peed on herself before the trip.
Yeah, because she was laughing a little hard because that tends to happen. And Dr. Jackie had to go into the medical routine, that once you get past a certain age, your vagina basically loses its muscle capacity. So therefore the muscles ain't gripping. So, your snapping ain't snapping like it's.
So you ain't gripping no more?
So you just, she say, well, that's Neela. Like, Neela ain't doing
her. So that's her. Or is it?
That's her coochie. Neela ain't do her Kegels. She too lazy. She too lazy. She ain't even take care of kids. So she too lazy to sit here, at the computer while she blogging and squeeze. Because all us women got to do is just squeeze.
Are you saying that Anila
I'm doing it right now. I'm exercising it right now.
Is Anila dug out? Is that what you're saying?
No, she just loose. I mean, she just...
Woman, thou art loosed. So I'm going to put the link for anybody that wants to jump in here. The last thing is they went to the hotel and had brunch. I think it was heavily ordered IV drip for them. So they are having breakfast and whatnot. Heavenly starts, they bring up the whole heavenly contestant thing again. And I think this time, it's a better atmosphere for the intervention. This is an intervention. The last thing was a surprise party. So this is an intervention. They're really talking to Heavenly, not in a aggressive tone, but they're trying to talk to her and let her know, hey, what you said hurt my feelings. And it also helps that Quad, jumps in and says some things too, because Quad was hurt by some things that were said. Right. So was Simone. Simone won't let it go. And she suddenly still don't like Heavenly, but she's trying to make it cute for the group, but she still don't deal with Heavenly.
Yeah.
Let's be clear on that. She did not deal with Heavenly. And I don't think they talked after the show stopped filming. But I did want to ask you, did y'all go on my page when I posted what heavily said about Toya talking about her husband on this show.
Yeah, that she tried to, stop her.
And yeah, she said she tried to stop her and she tried to protect her from saying stupid stuff on the show, but she did it anyway. But that's typical Toya. That's tacky Toya. She gonna be tacky. And I hope Eugene address it. Maybe he don't have self-esteem.
I think Eugene is just passive. And like I said, I think it has a lot. I'm not a psychiatrist yet, but I think it has a lot to do with his childhood.
Y'all love shrimp. We love shrimp here.
Right, we love the shrimp, we like to eat it. Whoa.
Well, you eat shrimp?
I do eat it, but I don't like to suck it. I don't.
You don't even like to suck it when they get the sauce on?
No, that shrimp is too little for me. That's too much work. Like I said, Toya, that's a lot of work because she got to get her jawline very tight to make them feel like you're doing something.
I don't think that's a lot of work. I mean,
no, it is, because imagine. Would it be easier to suck on this or this? This is smaller, so you're doing more so you're trying to get more of a grip. This is not so much of a grip. This is more of but that's like and you got to be very, thing and then you want to give them the impression, and occasionally there's why men like for the woman to look up like you, like I'm scared. Why?
Not I'm scared. I don't think you have to look scared, but
I think because every time they be just looking very over, and I look down, I'm like, these women look scared, like
they want to feel like they're overwhelmed.
Yeah, like you're overpowering, like I'm being choked with this little Vienna sausages.
I can't breathe.
Like you got to throw in a couple of gags here and there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna throw in the gags, your mouth got to be very. You got to. But
have mercy.
You gotta, Eugene it's a lot. That's why I said. So Toya is successful in her own right.
But they said Toya not. But I think
she's very,
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of hard work she's doing.
But I want to thank you for showing us a few things. I mean, the chat got pretty interesting tonight. It was like a late night nightcap type of thing.
Right. They didn't do it, they didn't take it back with the owl toys and everything,
I really did not know about that.
That is an old school BJ. Those are old school BJs.
Like, how old was they doing it in the 70s?
That was because I don't know. Whenever owl toys was made, whoever took the first owl.
Like, who was the first person to do
They probably did that by accident. Somebody probably told, look, your breath stink. They popped in the Altoid, then they commenced to do, and he's like, "Ooh, this feels kind of good." It probably just all started by somebody breath being.
And then they told somebody else, and that was the thing. So I'm gonna add Nola to the chat. Hey, Nola.
Hey, Nola.
Hey, y'all. Where that quacker? Cause I don't want to be quack. Goddamn it.
We're not gonna quack you. We're not gonna quack you.
Y'all know it. You know how the Altoids probably came around because it started off with the Pop Rocks.
The Pop Rocks, right?
Yeah, I remember the Pop Rocks though. I remember the Pop
Rocks.
That's
what I'm saying. So
that was the original Rock-a-Nick world.
and they discontinued those, right? So they no longer make them.
No, they still make them.
They still do.
Yeah.
Child, I ain't seen Pop Rocks in a long
I used to
time.
choke on those because they kind of was shaped like glass. Wasn't those the ones?
Yeah, those were the rough ones. Now they're more gummy. Like really, they turn to gum. Like now it's like really gummy.
It was like real glassy, Sharpie.
Yeah, and it was like little pieces. That's what it was. Like, because when you chew it and it's supposed to be in gum, it's like little pieces that are going in your throat. Like, ugh.
Yeah. So what do you think about Toya being disrespectful towards her husband?
Baby, I was so embarrassed. I was like, good God, God dang. Like you, I know them women had secondhand embarrassment for him, but what you call it when you watching the TV and you embarrassed for somebody?
That's third-hand embarrassment.
Like, I had a problem with that, and then I had a problem with the fact that your husband was just beefed out with Karen, and when you get in the limo and they ask you if you could trade that thing, who you traded for, and you say Karen because he looked like he got a big D. I was like, oh no,
that's really disrespectful, and I
that's
didn't
wow.
think about that.
That was wow.
That's so disrespectful, Toya.
And he was just sitting there throwing the axe, and Eugene was throwing the axe, and Eugene couldn't even hit the target.
Eugene was hitting it throwing it on the floor and stuff, and act like he punching somebody. And Kieran was letting him punch him because he thought, he'd get his aggression out,
But meanwhile, Karen was
like,
getting it. He knew that his penis was little. Like, I got big D energy over here, so I'm gonna just let him vent like the child he is.
You know,
in his boxes.
You know how much of a slap of the face that is to me if me and somebody beefing and my man go like that picture on IG or something like that, let alone say, oh, you want to try her because she looked like she got that whap. Oh, we done. I was like, damn, Toya, like if anything more, you should have said, I'm going to trade Eugene for Eugene because he know how to work that spot. Even with that little shrimp cocktail, girl, he give me that tea. You know what I'm saying? He give me that TTD and do a little twist.
She tried to take it back and say that. She tried to take it back and say that in the end, but you already said it now. You already said it at the table, but at the limo, she was like, "Oh, it's good for me. It's good
for my vagina. It fits my vagina, girl. No, it don't, because that shower head done wore that thing out.
First of all, if it fits your vag, you wouldn't have sat up there and said you didn't know it was smaller. But I want somebody to tell me, what did she teach? I mean, it might not have been science, but we all learned the human anatomy when we was in elementary. And for damn sure, by the time we got in high school and you took health classes. So, Mama, what made you think it was going to grow? I really want to know. Like,
maybe she been trying herbal stuff. You can't have a surgery now to enlarge it. You can't have
the BDL. But this BDL been around for a while, and a lot of people forgot. I think it was season 2 of The Housewives when Dwight admitted.
Dwight got his done.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I guess they take a piece of skin from your leg and
I don't know. Like, how does that? Is it an extender? Is it an extender? Like, are they?
Listen. If they can make a whole coochie, they can do that.
Yeah, but I need to know, like, what are they using? Like, what type of meat are they using? Like, where you're getting?
They're using your own skin, like a piece of your leg.
But they said they can give it up to 2 inches. They can't give it. They really can't give it more than 2 inches, though.
But you ever see somebody like when they had a like say they've been in a fire and they put
the skin grafts and they take the skin from the butt
to stretch their skin. So, girl, maybe that's what they use around there to make the big wanker.
Maybe he don't need Eugene probably don't need a big one. He just probably need an average one. And maybe if he got an average one, maybe he could keep his wife happy. I mean, I feel like
he just needs to go ahead on and get an extender.
Yeah, maybe he should get one of those bands. But later on,
there is an extender compared to what she getting. She normally getting a nub.
But later on in the show, they said, they mentioned the band. Like the band, they wrap around the penis and stretch it back.
Well, the C-ring.
He have to wrap it around his whole waist.
Because y'all know, listen, in a former life, I used to do the pleasure parties.
Used to host sex parties? Is that what you said?
I did. I used to sell the toys. Yes, I didn't work for Bedroom Candy, but yes, I did.
You sold Bedroom Candy?
I didn't sell Bedroom Candy, but I used to sell those type of toys. Listen,
yeah, we used to have those pleasure parties. Like I was telling you, my friend earlier, she was like, she liked those parties, so she used to always have the girl come, and the girl used to supply the party. She used to get 30% like of whatever we purchased. Like what we purchased, like the oils. They had a non-gag oil. I guess Toya don't need that. They had a gag like you put.
It's a numbing. It's a numbing.
Yeah, I think the anti-gag. Yeah, and it was cool. And then they had one. I'm not messing. And then wait, was it Anila that said she was liking it in the butt?
Anila admitted to liking anal sex, and when the other ladies said no,
yeah, she tried to backpedal.
She tried to backpedal, act like she don't do it, but she do anal.
Well, since you do anal, Anila, they have this cream called Anal Ease.
They do.
It's called Anal Ease.
Tell us more about it. How do you know about this product?
I know about this product because, like, the job that Nola had in the past life, that young lady used to come out to the apartments so that when we used to throw our pleasure parties and demonstrate and give us all these anti-gag. It was an anti-gag gel. Then she had this thing called anal ease. You slide it between, she said like an hour or so before you're about to
An hour.
She said because it needs to warm up and work. She said you put it on an hour.
Yeah, it stimulates. It
stimulates and loosens the hole a little bit.
And loosens it. Also
so they said that's why I was an hour in the dance. See,
it also gives you a very tingly sensation while it's doing it.
Oh, so it opens you up.
It opens you up and tingles you and gets you right. Because once your butt is once that area is ready to go, you realize it lubricates and you can bust one from there as well.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'm just saying you can.
You ain't okay. Well, I'm new
what
to
you
this.
Was about
I
to
never
say?
did anything before, so
yes, they have. It's so many. I want to throw it like if it just wasn't this COVID, I would throw a pleasure party and videotape it.
They even have creams that the woman can put at the head of her buffet, and baby, she get the twitching and tingling from the time she,
I don't know about that. They said that on Instagram.
It's all kind of stuff out there.
Yeah,
Sky be selling that stuff. I'm like Sky.
What was really good too? The KY jelly one, the his and hers. Because when they do combine, like the two.
Oh, the fire and ice.
Yes. I was like Game of Thrones me. Game of Thrones me. The fire. Oh my God! Speaking of Game of Thrones, the House of Dragons premiere, and it was off the hook.
So so how does the fire and ice? Let's get back to the fire and ice because I don't be using these different.
This was a product that was made by KY, and it one is purple and one is blue. I believe.
Lube? Is it lube?
It's like lube, but it gives you like a stimulating sensation. But when the two stimulating, hey Ranton, when it's two come together, it's like
one is a warming sensation and the other is a cooling.
So when you mix the hot and cold together,
get together, bing bang pow.
So one person puts the lube on them.
Yeah, one person used the cool, one person used the hot.
Okay.
And when it comes together, it gives
a party. It's a party. It's a party.
Yeah, it's
bang bang bang.
Okay.
Ain't that what Pop say?
Bang bang there were so many layers to this.
Okay.
Does it work on shrimp cocktail or does it not?
It works on everything.
A little bit. He got used, a little bit, like just
y'all about to make me cut on this camera. I ain't gonna do it.
Come on, let's talk about quiet masturbating and
I don't blame her. That shower head is pressure every time.
Yes, like icy hot.
Pressure every time. You get the one with the 5 pulses on it, so you can make it a soft pulse, a hard pulse, and sometimes one pulse will be like.
So y'all put the head next to y'all thing? Do y'all do that?
Nah, listen, you angle it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just spray in the water.
It ain't up in
so it's just the water touching.
Yes, the water.
It's the water, but
it's the water pressure. Like notice it's like the 5 different pressure speeds. Like you can go slow
and pulses. So you can make it go, depending on your shower head, you can make it go fast, or you can make it go slow, you can make it go medium high, you can make it go in a circle.
Will it make you go to the stars? Meaning, will it make
I was almost to my maker, and he smacked me and said, ain't time for you to find out where I'm at.
Take your ass back. Take your...
Y'all, I did not know it was that serious with the shower heads. So is it better than like a vibrator or like
because it's basically the water shoot now. But even like I said, with the spigot, the spout that comes out and pours the water in the tub, people wrap their legs around that thing and let that water.
I know y'all was nasty. That's why them tubs have been looking crazy. Got your booty.
Well, I hope not. I hope somebody's not getting out, leaving a coochie ring, not a coochie ring around the tub.
Coochie ring. Y'all laid on y'all back in the tub trying to get off.
Scooting.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, listen. Depending on what you like and what you use, you might use that shower head, and they have one of them hot dogs that stick to the wall. And you know you can.
Oh my God! See, this is not even after because I found one. And it's so crazy.
It's a suction. You can put that.
I have
boy wherever you want.
I'm gonna show it to you later. I'm gonna send y'all the picture of it because I just found it when I was cleaning out my room for the people to come fix my ceiling. I found one and I bought it at the pleasure party. But the funny thing is, when I bought it, it was clear. It was like a clear rubber one, a big.
It's brown now.
Yes, it's brown because when I'm like, where the hell this came from? I'm like, it was in a plastic bag in my closet. And it's so crazy. I left it on my bed. And my husband was like, why is this on the bed? Why is this on the bed?
Throw it away.
Why is this on the bed? So I'm like,
get another one.
And now it looks black. It looks like a black person. Like, so now it's like, I'm like, it's more attractive.
Oh, the thing.
Yeah, because before it was like clear. You could see through. It was like clear.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I ain't mad with quiet. Baby, Mason would have to go to sleep. Mason wouldn't be able to touch in the top part of my closet or the safe. He wouldn't know the combination, okay? Mason might come to the door and hear him and say, glory. It's prayer time. Close the door. I'm in my prayer closet.
Mason gonna be outside telling Quad mother, Quad in there praying at this time of night. I don't even know why she.
It wouldn't even matter. Stay
with his old self. You need to be home.
True story. When you have kids in the house, you make time to get it in the way you fit in. One time, baby, I had to make it happen in my closet. While my neighbor was I was on the second floor. She really was in her closet praying. She came knocking on my door like. She was knocking. I was like, bitch, whoever at my door gonna wait because I'm not opening.
You done ruined her prayer session.
Yeah, I'm like, whoever at my door gonna wait because I'm not opening. It was one of them quick, you gotta get away from the kids moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was like everything that I needed in that moment to go back and be functional for my household. Baby, she opened the door. She said, I was giving praise. I said, so was I. Thank you.
I got you on the line. I want to try something out real quick because I want to see about because I want to do an opening real quick.
I think there's nothing wrong with pleasuring yourself at all. I mean, I feel like you have to learn your body so you can teach somebody else,
how to, if you don't
what you like and what you don't.
If you don't know and experiment with what you like, how you gonna tell somebody else what you like?
Right.
Like, no, I need to be able to tell you the first time. Go ahead and get it right. Like I say, Eugene.
Eugene, they said he had the buffet just leaving.
A, B, C, D. He after A, B.
So look, let's
C.
say this is the shrimp cocktail, right? Wait, let me put my phone. Y'all forgive me. I got on my grandma dress today. I had to be
okay.
I got a regular t-shirt on. What you talking about?
And let's say this the thing, right? If he just kind of, stand up on his tiptoes so he had an angle, and then you reach around like this, and
stand up. He got
to stand up in it.
Do that side twist like this.
He got to stand up again. He got twist like Big Mama. That one twist.
He got
stomach. Think about it. He got stomach over the shrimp.
Man, listen, lay it up on that back. Lift that stomach up and lay it on her back.
You said take 2 testosterone shots and tiptoe.
It's TTD. Tiptoe.
So you got to stand up and come down at an angle.
At an angle, so could get.
That could make her bend. She got to put that arch in that back. That back needs to look like this.
You can't be arching for no reason though.
That's a lot. That's it. I'm like, look, I don't got time for this.
She gonna be.
I'm got time for this. Pass me that dildo that turned brown.
Y'all ain't listening. She gonna be arched like this. He gonna be behind on them tiptoes. He gonna raise that belly up and plop. It's gonna plop right there, so it's gonna be out the way, right? Then you gotta take and spread and lift the cheeks, right? And then
you gotta scoop.
And then you gotta swoop it. Like
that's a lot of movement and lifting.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I don't think Eugene is up for it.
Listen, for men who don't have that hook, women love that hook. So that's the move. If you hookless, lift, open.
That's the fake a hook move.
Hook it.
So is that like missionary? Is that what you're saying? Like missionary?
No, that's from the back. That looks like a little goatee sack.
Didn't you see the arch in the back? The arch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's from this. listen, if your meat not meeting, that's the best way for you to do anything is from
Meat
tight.
is not meat.
So you need to be on your tippy toes, coming down at like a
A 90-degree
Like
angle.
a 90-degree angle. I'm telling you, open, lift, twist.
Do you okay? So if
Twist
you're
and thrust and twist, thrust and twist.
not we doing the twist like we in the 50s, like we doing the twist.
Nah, you
gotta twist in it like you twisting in some grease.
What's that song?
You gotta get it. You gotta get.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
do the mashed potato.
Oh, my shoulder. This is putting my shoulder out of commission. Kevin, I'm coming, Kevin. I can't wait to get to Kevin tomorrow.
Even if you're not like this, you can try that move, and she gonna go from like this to like this.
I'm gonna be thinking about all this conversation while I'm with Kevin tomorrow.
A shrimp cocktail is gonna be a shrimp cocktail. Whatever way you shake it. I mean, I feel like the angle thing probably does work for that. Maybe Toya should try it.
It's a one up in your favor if you was in the line getting some other part of your body needs, or what you needed to survive on earth, like brains, common sense, a healthy appetite. If you was in one of those lines and you wasn't in the meat line, and you
say he went twice to the brain line and just skipped the meat line.
The move to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't help it if you lacking and taking.
Everybody.
But why I got you on the line, Nola? I wanted to open something. Because I want to see if y'all guys want some wig reviews.
Yes.
Because I just got I got a package today and they delivered it. Thank God to my camera, because I've been watching everybody on my camera. I should have been got that because the people in my hallway is more entertaining than TV.
Everyone should have one. Everyone should have a camera.
I'm watching everybody, and I saw you, Maria. If you took my shit.
It was Maria and Julio. I told you it was Maria and Julio.
Maria was at the door like this.
Maria was reading, and she came back, got her friend, and said, "Ooh, Rosa, look at this." Look.
Yeah, like, look at this puta. Look at this puta I wrote. So I ordered this wig. My aunt, shout out to my aunt Robin, because she told me about this wig, but she didn't order because I told her I could find it cheaper, which I did. Because I'm always find a budget. But this is a wig I got, y'all, and I'm gonna open it in front of y'all. This is a 50-inch braided wig.
Oh, okay, so it already come braided.
Yeah, it's 50 inches, y'all. 4x4 parting. I'm just stuck on the 50 inches.
Does it come with the baby hairs and the edges?
Yeah, I think it does come with the baby hair, but I'm not using those baby hairs.
Them 50 inches gonna be like this.
All right, let me see.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. See, I almost had an orgasm. Hair makes me I get excited. Look how long.
Are you gonna color it?
No, I'm gonna leave it black. I'm gonna see, and this. Oh my God, this is. Woo! I stand up for this one.
Okay, 50 inches.
Oh my God, you see the baby hairs?
Yeah, you gotta have the baby hairs.
Yeah, but I'm not. We're not baby hair. No, we don't do that. But look how long it just keeps going and going and go. I'm on my tippy toes now. This hair is going to come.
Tippy toes like Eugene.
Oh my God, this hair comes down to my calf.
They said this wig has more inches than Eugene. Lord.
Yeah. Look at the lace and the braids that go.
They also said Heavenly is on menopause drugs and needs to take her medicine.
Oh, this is going to be a good one, y'all. I like this one because the lace and even the inside, like, because you could do like a ponytail.
Okay. It seems multi-purpose.
Like you could do it up, and then the length is just the length for me.
So
that's a lot of hair. Good God.
And it's light. It's not heavy. It's really light. Like, it's the length for me. I'm gonna be swinging around, slapping people. I don't know.
Yeah, sling them bundles, sling them. They said you got more inches than Eugene, so go ahead and wrap them in.
Right. This is
rock them. So we are. What do y'all feel about Dr. Jackie saying that Heavenly is need to take her menopause medication and that she's off her meds, and that's why she been acting crazy?
Dr. Jackie is going to throw in a jab every now and again, and because I gotta say, Dr. Jackie
was it shade or was it truth?
It was a little bit of both, and that's why that's the best shade.
Listen, when Dr. Jackie be talking about a woman and her hormones, especially a woman who she done check their levels and they cooch out, I'ma just take it for what it is. Like I damn.
But is that a HIPAA violation?
I ain't pumping out half the babies in Atlanta.
Well, if she gave her the menopause medicine, it could be.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think she's her OBGYN, but I think that she's had some appointments with her. Like, is it okay for you to be, you did that with Buffy and she's still not over that you said that she was infertile. Now you're saying that this lady need to take her menopause drugs. Jackie might want to slow down a little bit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, because the real Dr. Jackie gonna pop out every now and again.
And what did you think about Audra and her getting offended by Toya? Because it seemed like they're gonna go to blows later on. Nola, what do you think about that?
About the lawyer thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like Toya, in the same way y'all didn't like somebody joking about y'all. Don't joke about nobody else. You didn't know, to our knowledge, from what going by what we've been presented.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know her like that to know how that lady was going to take that joke or not. And some people don't play around when it comes to their career, and like we could joke in any kind of ways, but don't joke about my career. So, I can see it like that. I can see her being mad and being offended. I wasn't here for the, I'm African and successful kind of way she said it and brought it out as if you're not sitting at a table with other successful women and you actually sitting on the show that's still running because they carried and brought a good show. So which allowed the opportunity for you to even be sitting at the table with them. So
I didn't like that aspect, but I understand you not liking the joke. But I did like.
Yeah,
that.
I understood.
I'm
not
better
liking
than
the
you
joke,
because...
but it's, you know what I'm saying. You don't have to bring it
the way she did, because a lot of Africans feel they're the minority. You understand? Like, even though like we are like even like with sometimes people in the LGBTQ, like it's a hierarchy. Like even if it's a gay man, it's a gay man. Then you have lesbian. Then you have bisexual. Then you have people that's like butch or whatever. Then you have trans that consider themselves to be the lowest on the totem pole, like of like black people. The Africans feel that black people think less of them, so they always got to prove themselves. Like you think
I don't think that's it.
Minority, because a lot of times like when we were younger, like it wasn't cool to be African. When you were younger, and think it wasn't cool, like people like the foreigners, the Africans would come over here, we would make fun of them because they didn't know how to talk. You dressed funny, you wore sandals all year round, your feet was ashy. Like Africans that came a long way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to even. No offense to anybody, because I love you, because I am I'm a lot of African, but like no offense, but come on now, when they came up here, we was like, oh, y'all just got off the boat, you African booty scratcher, you look at your feet, your ashy.
It's back and forth. It's a back and forth thing. Americans have their view, Black Americans have their view, and Africans have their view on Americans, but I do have African friends, and I'm like, not all African people do this, but it's in the culture, because all of them talk about how their parents said, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to go to school for this, and that's what they did. Like because
they look like they're like it's just like a lot of Caucasian people, like looking at black people that don't know black people. You understand? So the only type of contact the only type of contact they have with African Americans a lot of time is through TV and in passing. So they see the television version as the same as Africans. Africans are looking at the same thing that our Caucasian counterparts are looking at. they're looking at us through TV. They get a glimpse of TV. Now they get the social media or whatever like that. They see black people like and how they depicted us like through pictures and TV and stuff like that. Everything got to be ghetto. George Jefferson walking around like this, even though he was rich. You know what I'm saying? It was like good times. They always scratching and surviving. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they were looking like, oh, we don't want to be like them. When we go to America, that's the land of opportunity. We're not going to be stupid like them. Look at them from TV. That's the only visual of us. Because like my husband said, like we only saw TV and we thought black, like regular black people were just stupid. All of y'all. We didn't know no better until they came and, saw themselves. So a lot of them have that. Like, you're not going to do this. You're going to go to school. You're going to be like that. You're not going to be like those regular black people. You saw the black people we watch, you're not going to be like that. So a lot of times that's why they feel that way.
But I feel like that's based off stereotypes.
Yeah, stereotypes, yeah.
And not.
I mean, it is. And then part of them want to, distinguish themselves in the sense that, we know our culture, we know our heritage. It's a difference. But, we just see it because we're black and, they're from our motherland, but that's with everybody. Like,
but it's just like with us with them. Like you saw rich and famous in Africa. Like even to this day, we didn't think that Africa had this wealth like they have.
But that's if you don't know. Like if you're not really looking for it.
But that's if you don't know. But
imagine you growing up like me growing up like in the Bronx or whatever like that, just to have limited experience with foreign. You know what I'm saying? With foreign people, you don't know that their country has this. And it's like this because all we see is what we see on TV. A lot of times we're not fortunate enough to have people to bring us over there or to express about their culture a lot of times like that. So a lot of people like that's like my age are still stuck like, oh, Africans are this or Africa is this, Africa is poor. So when they're seeing this on TV, they're like, oh my God, you're living like this? You know what I'm saying? It's like a culture shock. It's like, we all stereotype each other. It's sad because we're both like people of color, like we're both black. But it is what it is.
I do want to add Nola to the chat. Hey, I'm not Nola. Nola's here. Ranting. Hey, Ranting.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Child, I spent 3 hours watching Love and Hip Hop to take
it. Oh wow.
Is it good? Because I don't know. I kind of fell off.
They did 2 episodes of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I didn't ask for it. I don't think anybody asked for it tonight. But they did 1 episode of Atlanta, 2 episodes of Miami. I said,
oh my God. Did they play
they trying to get Miami out the way.
I was like, now who asked for this? It made me sad. Like, I got words for a lot of these people, but both the episodes just made me sad. I was like, I don't watch y'all to be sad. I watch y'all to have a good laugh. I mean, Mama D and her white fur down to the wedding, impeccable. But everybody else, like, why y'all making me sad? I don't like this. But out for them. What we talking about?
We talking about quiet masturbating. We're talking about...
I support it.
Africans thinking they're better than regular
Eugene
Americans.
Got a shrimp thing, and Toya keep telling everybody that he got a shrimp cocktail.
Well, with the quad thing, I support it. With Africans thinking they're better than Black Americans. Listen, I have to say it's more on the lines of not even just that. You see that with like a lot of minorities who migrate to America. They feel like they're better than Black Americans. But mostly it's because of what they show them of us, like what we look like in the media. Like they don't show that, we've invented stuff. They don't show that, they do show some of the people who perform, but they don't really show a lot of these artists who really perform and, their music says something. They don't show a lot of this stuff, but they do show a side of poor, uneducated drug dealers, jail, all this stuff. And it's just like, well, we can do as much as we want. We could put a lot of positive content out there. We could be sharing like all this stuff about the different Black inventors, the, very successful Black doctors who, performed heart surgery and did these different things. We can do all of that because we have social media now, which is worldwide. So we can do that. But just like it's up to us, a lot of people, it's up to us to be educated on what happens over there in the sense of Africa is a thriving continent, it's very thriving. It's not what y'all think it is. While some areas are what you think it is, the way they showed us how they live over there, it's not. They're thriving. They're amazing. And you can see that on reality shows that are like in Africa, where they're young, rich, and African and really living their best lives over there. And in some places, yeah, they don't have like water and they don't have certain stuff, but it has to go into what do you digest, like what type of media do you digest. Are you willing to open up your minds to everything? So just like we have to be open to learning about different stuff in different countries, especially when you have black people living in those countries, they have to be open to like actually paying attention to a lot of like what we do in our communities, because it's not all what you see that they're showing you. We do a lot more. They're just not going to show you that.
Yeah, and a lot of times the Africans, they're so proud of their struggle, like because for them to come over here, learn the language, learn like to adapt or whatever, they take pride in that a lot, and they be like, "No, you're not going to discredit me. Like you're not going to say I'm such and such because I did so much to succeed."
Well,
over here.
But black people have made many strides as well, and it seems like all of our strides have been like discounted.
Yeah, but they think, like I said, it's like the minorities. Like you may be a minority, but I'm more of a minority to you.
And people
You
always
had this all your life. Like you've been here in America since you've been born. I didn't, so I'm more of a minority. For me to come here and succeed, give me my props. That's how they feel, and like
But it's also the fact that they also think black people are lazy, because
they think they're lazy and stupid.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been like the most common thing. And you see that, like, once again, TikTok, it'll teach you a lot. Like, it will legitimately teach you a lot. And there are like different black people from different countries. You're just not a black American, you're a black African, who are like, oh yeah, I was always taught that black Americans are stupid and lazy and they don't do anything and they live on welfare. And it took me either, moving to America or moving to different countries or being on social media to find out that that's not the truth. And it's just like, it's based on what the people who are deemed in charge of America or the media that seems to run like the system actually shows you about black people. Because any other time, like local news, yeah, they will talk about the black people making strides in their communities. National news, most of the time we don't really make national news unless it's something going on, as in now we got to get out here and march in these streets, or somebody
died, or
somebody, like even like with this monkeypox thing, like who do you always see the pictures of the monkeypox of?
Black Africans. But that's
right, black people, and then for you to even call it monkeypox.
But I've been seeing a lot of white people getting it though. Like
that's what I'm saying. But what pictures are you always seeing?
Yeah,
as far as it's a lot of white people getting it, but what pictures are always being displayed on social media? It's always a black person with it. You see dark skin with these bumps and these lesions. Yeah. They rarely shows the white people with these lesions because they want it's going to be a narrative like it's a black, and call them monkey, because regardless of what you think of, we know that we are not monkeys or whatever. But when you say monkey, what comes to your mind?
Well, it's because of the racial.
Yeah, because of racial.
But I mean, they've already tried to do with it what they did with the AIDS crisis and label it as a gay person disease.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you don't succeed at one, I guess try the other. And it was called monkeypox before that. But here's the thing, and the thing is, nobody who comes over here, like whether they're Africans, Asians, Europeans, Italian, from Finland, wherever, nobody who comes over here wants to be aligned with the black community. And that's simply because we are considered the bottom of the barrel of this country. Okay. So nobody wants to be aligned with the bums. And I'm not calling us bums. I'm just saying that's the way America presents us on a platter to the world. Think about a lot of your classic black movies. The Color Purple. Yeah. The Color Purple. Her daddy sold her to this man who didn't want her while she had to wash his whore when he came to the house. Harlem Nights. Like, listen, they classics and I love them, but this is to the world of who we are. But you got to look
at that's where we came from. We came from the struggle. We had to come up from below zero.
Right, and
these
this
are
is what
only
I'm saying.
people
This is
that
why we will never and never, we will never, as a whole, never. And if people sit there, you're fooling yourself to think that we'll ever get any real as a whole, as Black people.
Listen,
Yeah, you're gonna have some Black millionaires, Black billionaires, or whatever. But as a whole and as a group, as Black people, due to slavery and due to what happened to us, we will never. We've been displaced. We don't have
listen.
no culture. We have nothing that really belongs to us. Like Africans have a culture. Like when they come over here, like we have this, we believe in this, we do
What do
this.
you mean we don't?
You gotta tell the
Oh,
goat. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm
culture.
gonna disagree with you there because we
We
do
have
have
culture.
culture.
What
We
cult?
have
Like what
culture.
culture do we have?
we
Like
definitely have
think,
culture because
as
they're
far as
reaching
what
off of our
soul
culture.
food?
no, not
What's
even
our
that. When
national
you
food
look
as
at
Black
the
people?
listen,
So let's talk about culture as a whole. When we talk about culture, we talk about the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we act, what we listen to, what we eat. All of that is copied. Kim Kardashian, people like Kim
But
Kardashian,
these are things
profited
that
off of
we
black.
listen.
made up
Here's
on
the
our own
thing.
as we just had flavor. This is stuff that we made up. I'm talking about something that was in the back. Like you know, Spanish people. Every like they make they turn like with the planting seeds and stuff like this, and a lot of Africans they have certain things that they do that's cultural that they do. I'm not talking about how they dress. I'm just saying cultural things. As a
But
regular
here's the
Black person,
thing.
as a regular
Here's the
Black, what we have,
thing. Listen. All the same
we
things
fly
that
and we
they
can rap.
have. All the same things that they have, Mace, we have. And here's
Mhm.
why I say that. Because the part of us that makes the soul food, guess where it stems from in our veins from? Where they're from. That's why it's ours. The thing was to capture us, kidnap us, and then replace us. Think about what's going on in schools. There is no such thing as CRT, critical race theory. Okay, that is a class that's taught in first year law school, was never being taught. But it was their way to erase us from the history books. Now, when you think about it, you ain't never seen so many little white girls and white boys dancing to hip hop music on
Mhm.
commercials when in the 90s it was like, oh my God. You listen to that
I'm saying
trash.
like this is
Listen,
something
they
that we
clearly became
accumulated
it.
through our
Listen,
struggle. You know what
it
I'm saying? Through our
clearly
struggle, like but we were stripped of everything that we
became
already had.
it
Like say we
clearly
straight off of
became
Africa,
popular.
but we were stripped. I'm
But
saying
it
as
was
regular Black
ours
people.
first. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. And they're doing the same thing now. Think about it. They didn't have it. They didn't know what to do with it. But what they got now is what they do in history. If you do not learn from it, you will fall for the repeats. In the repeat,
Yep.
they came, they took us. They didn't know what the hell to do with it. So now in history books, it tells you they did this, they did that. No, the hell they didn't. It was us from beginning. Geometry was created in Africa by black
Yeah,
people.
we were.
Algebra
We
was too.
created a lot of stuff,
Okay.
but what I'm
So
saying is we were
think
stripped
about what was
to
considered
whereas
the
we're just
concept of
learning that
beauty.
now.
Our features was considered ugly. We were not the standard of beauty now because they think it's the standard of beauty and it's become more attractive. They're going to get bodies to be made like it, and we steadily being stupid and not realize as you get older, them hips gonna spread, that ass gonna sit up, it's gonna do what it was supposed to do when you start doing what you're supposed to do and how to take care of yourself just off natural GP. But now what
Mhm.
they have told us about, we are being ugly so much, but they trying to take it and make it as if is their features.
But
Right,
Then they're
but what
gonna
I'm
come
saying is,
back
like
and
you said,
erase
when they
it. That's
come
what
here to
they do, and
America,
that's why
no
a
one
lot of us
wants to
think
be
we don't
aligned
have nothing
with
because
regular Black
everything that's here
people,
is
but
ours.
they will be aligned with African Black people. They'll be aligned with African Black people. They
Because
won't
they
be
are one
aligned
and the
with regular
same.
Black people. Why is that? That's what I'm
Because
saying. We were stripped of everything, even though we're getting it back now, and we know that we created stuff. Like it was mountains made in our image, like these wide noses and everything like that, whatever. But what I'm saying is this was all taken from
but
us.
what
As
I'm
we got
saying
thrown,
is
like you said, the bottom of the barrel. So
what I'm
now we
saying
just
is
have to retrace and
it's
reaching,
still all
trying
ours
to get
down to the
everything
Statue
together.
of Liberty. It's still all ours down to the Statue of the Liberty
But we
that was
don't get no
designed
credit for
after
it. It
that
don't
was
matter.
the
Like history don't
it
remember don't
listen
remember
they
blood. They
I
remember names. Like in the
listen
words of Game
I'm
of Thrones, history does not remember blood. It remembers names. No matter what
listen
we
and let
did
me
or
tell
how
you
we did
something
it,
I don't
it don't.
care.
It could be
That
erased.
And that's why, and guess what? That's why I'm self-learned because I don't need none of their books, nor their awards to validate for me who I am or what my people did. I'm not blind. I see it with my own eyes. That's why they're doing what they're doing now. So in 20, 30 years from now, when majority of the people who still have a brain and can function and say, no, that wasn't what y'all did. That wasn't y'all's. That was our culture. We gonna be gone from it. they're going to replace us in the books and make it like they came up with hip hop, they came up with they rap, just like they said Elvis invented rock and roll when we all know it was a black man first. Stop playing with me.
Yeah,
Right.
but what is that doing for us now as a whole?
Okay, so you have to pay it. Like, here's the thing, and I bring TikTok back into this. You have a lot of people, you have a lot of teachers, you have a lot of, and I'm talking about black people, black teachers, black therapists, black historians, people who are actually researching our history, going back and looking at what was the culture before our ancestors were taken from their homelands. Tricked. I'm going to say
Mm-hmm.
this, tricked. Because I done went to the museum down to the DC, and I went from all the way from the very bottom all the way to the top. And the way they said it, we were tricked. They tricked them originally to get people on the boats. From being tricked and have moving up like our ancestors here, and throughout all of that time, going back and doing all this stuff and actually creating their own history books and writing down our history and selling it and giving it away for free and giving
Mm-hmm.
away all this free information. So we all, not just black Americans, black Africans, black Jamaicans, black people in the Dominican Republic. Even if y'all don't feel that way, you are, because the boats stop
Yep,
everywhere.
they are black.
The boats stop everywhere. Black people all over the world, and even non-black people. So y'all can understand, we are the culture. Even if people want to say we don't have a culture, we have a culture. What they took from us and what we had left over, we took it and created something completely different that nobody, unless you are a black person in America, nobody will ever understand what this culture truly is. You can you can get into it, but you haven't lived it. You could be a black person from another country. You could get into it. You could kind of look around. You could kind of get you know, comfortable with it, but you will never truly understand it because you have not had to live it every single day of your life. So at this point, you have all these black people, and that's why when it comes to social media platform like TikTok, the reason why they're trying to shut it down in other countries and they're trying to shut it down here and make it unavailable for us is because all of these people are giving out readily available free information that they don't want you to know. I've always been a person that if you don't know your history, those who don't know the history are always doomed to repeat it. And I refuse to repeat the history of the people of the past because the people of the past, while they tried to do their best, it didn't work out because they didn't have every single thing they needed. They didn't have the tools to try to figure every single thing out. And then when they did have those tools to figure it out and try to fix stuff and make things better for not only them, but the people in the community and even people outside of their communities, it got shut down because they don't want to see people come together, black people in America and other people. They don't want to see us grow and get better and kind of start to heal from all the trauma of the past, because if y'all don't think that a lot of the stuff that we just naturally do and you don't really think about it, like you don't.
Being that you said that, Ranton, did you look at the studies that said about the studies about I believe it was the Jewish people? They said that they have a gene like that was developed in their body that's passed down generation to generation due to the Holocaust.
Do
I
you
believe it.
know? Do
But I
you
said, but
know?
that's what I'm saying. So if they have this gene and they have this, and then by what does black people have passed down due to slavery and the
Okay, so
consistent racism?
here's
Like,
the thing. So like when people say whoop your kids in the sense of, maybe you like if the kid is doing something like, okay, so you tell the kid, don't touch the stove. It's hot. It's hot, don't touch it. And they continue to touch it and they burn their hands. You let them learn that way. But if you continue to tell the kid the stove is hot, don't touch it, and you have to pop their hand to make them realize you don't want to touch the stove, it's either I pop your hand or I'll let you touch it and get burnt. Most of the time when people talk about, black people whooping their kids and doing all this stuff, and the fact that, sometimes a person's natural response, even if they didn't grow up in an environment to whoop their child, when they don't have the proper tools to properly communicate that I am currently upset with my child right now because they're not doing what I told them to do, as in the sense of I told you to sit down and
mm-hmm.
you're not doing that and you're running around. And now my next response is not to actually sit down and have a conversation with you on why I need you to sit down. It's to get out a belt or get out a switch or get out a flip flop or something like that. It's been said that that comes from generations and generations has been passed down from slave masters beating on black people, slaves, because they wouldn't tell you why they were upset. They would just get upset over any little thing and start to whip you and beat on you. So that's passed down to us. There's a lot of stuff passed down to us, but they're never going to say anything. But
Well,
Yeah,
guess
and
what?
I just found it real crazy that they recognize these genes that
Well,
apparently passed down to
and
us in Jewish people, but they didn't recognize it in black people. Because a lot of times, like with the Jewish, I understand like y'all have they have the Holocaust, and there's there's a lot of horrible things that happen.
there were,
But right now, y'all up. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jews
well,
are up.
listen.
I'm saying black people, we still damn like we still dealing with racism.
Well,
We can't hide who we are. Like
but here's
when
the
you
thing.
white, you just
But
blend
wait.
in like the
But
blue sleep.
here's the thing with the Holocaust. There wasn't just, because I learned this in the sense of, I was in middle school. We had an English teacher. She was supposed to teach high school, but they put her in middle school first because it's her first year. So instead of just like regular old, middle school books, you're going to read this, like maybe a book that got turned into a movie. No, we're going to learn some real stuff. And the Holocaust was one of them. And she said, here, y'all choose different topics about the different stuff that happened in the Holocaust, and you will actually learn and research all of this. And we actually had a Holocaust survivor come and talk to us about what she went through. So learning about the Holocaust, I found out that it wasn't just palm colored Jewish people that were there. There were also black people there,
Mm-hmm.
gay people there, and Rumnichel gypsy people there. And they used to make, for the Rumnichel gypsy people, because they had tan skin, well, olive skin and green eyes and black, dark jet black hair, they would make them clean, and they wouldn't give them water. And they would do this to make them, this would make them drink the water they gave them to like mop the floor, and it would be salt water, killing them even faster. So I
Mm-hmm.
learned about a lot of like the experiments that they did, like artificial insemination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
They
did a
take
lot of
they
experiments
they
on during the Holocaust. There's a
they
lot,
yeah.
and that's why it's a lot of people, a lot of Nazis here in America now, due to their experiments, because the U.S. wanted to use them
Artificial
because of their
insemination.
experiments, and they gave them free reins and gave them jobs, gave them high positions, gave them money, and gave them to come in the U.S. and gave them freedom and whatever, just to learn their torture techniques and stuff. It's
Yeah, I was like,
Nola has something to say real quick before we wrap things up.
I'm
Go ahead,
glad
man.
you mentioned genes and cells, because guess what? Their genes and cells wasn't the only ones that they used and kept. It's just the one they kept of ours. It was a black woman,
mm-hmm.
and they
yeah, it
kept
was Heather.
and they
What's her name? Hattie.
yes,
Henrietta
and that is
Lacks.
Henrietta
Henry,
Lacks.
Henrietta Lack, and that's what they're using right now to cure cancer and come up with
Exactly. They still use
99.999
a black woman because
because
actually
her
a black woman is
cells
the only woman that can have any race of children.
her cells did not die. You know what I'm saying? Read the book Medical Apartheid. It'll tell you our genes are very, very
And this is why the black
complicated.
woman is like, we are
And what
like,
they don't realize is, just you took the words out of my mouth, Mace. Everything on this planet come from us. We the only woman that can
yeah,
have a child come out any color, down to
yeah.
albino.
We can have any nationality of children.
Listen, I have an internet friend, and she had a baby over a year ago, but she posted her baby because the baby's a year old. Now, she's a beautiful dark skinned woman, and I looked at her baby and I said, now, who goddamn white baby is that?
Mm-hmm.
We could create any, like,
Any race.
yes.
That's true.
And also, what I was about to say, also because they don't mention, actually with the Black Irish, it was a whole bunch of like Black Irish like people that they killed off. They actually sat and murdered the whole group of the Black Irish. They were all brown skin, dark brown skin, red hair, and they tried to kill most of them off.
Child, let's not get into because people feel like black people can't have blonde hair, blue eyes. They feel
And
like
they do. There's a whole section in Africa. I forgot what
yeah.
continent
They
it
also
is.
feel like
They all have blue, dark skin, pretty black, dark skin with blonde hair. 613, the color 613 for my wig wearers. They hair is 613 with blue eyes, with ice blue eyes.
they also feel like they can't have red hair, and I'm here to tell you, my 8-year-old sister should be 9 in September, but my sister, oh, she's a ginger through and through. That's red hair all like that's a lot of red hair.
My great grandmother hair was red, and like cause I have to dye. I dye my hair. Like when I was black, I would dye it jet black.
And they call her red. Real quick, cause I'm gonna say my piece about Toya, and then I got to go start this live for the Love and Hip Hop people. Toya, Dr. Heavenly said last night when she was on there with Bondi, did you just be talking about your husband in a top way? You didn't talk about the man peen size. You done called him, well, Suki called her man a little fat. She called the man fat. It's just a lot of stuff. So please stop talking about that man. And if you feel some type of way about somebody saying something about him, I'm sick of y'all on reality TV not realizing that the minute you open up your life to these people, whether it be your marriage, the way you parent, your business, personal stuff from your childhood, your friendships, and anything else. The moment you open up the world to your life by being on a reality show, that gives people the wherewithal to talk about y'all any type of way they want to talk about you. They will have think pieces over your entire life because you did what? You decided to sign a contract to get on reality TV and share your life with the world. What Mickey Howard said, come share my world, come share my joy. That's exactly what you did. And now everybody's sharing in it. Contessa, I see that you and Dr. Heavenly made up this episode. Dr. Heavenly say it's not gonna last. I doubt it will. But if I got to hear after she and apologize to you, if I have to hear about she talked about my husband one more time, you gonna have to get cussed out because Contessa, don't nobody want to hear it.
Yeah, she went back to Contessa.
Just like Toya, you opened up your marriage to the entire world. You were talking all about your marriage. You even brought your child down there, but they didn't put my comment up there. But I said she brought that kid down there. And the only reason why we didn't see it is because the narrative that this story is going along with this season is Contessa is the victim, and Dr. Heavenly is just a big, mean old bully that is hurting her little feelings like she didn't tell the world that. And the palm color lady, what's her name? Carrie? Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
She got
Miss
up there with Carrie, I think so. She got up there and was talking to Dr. Heavenly on her live, and even Carrie said she didn't heard all this stuff, and they tried to say she went and got production. Nah, production came down there on their own. So stop playing these games. Also Toya, Miss Girl, you might want to leave Audra alone. She told you she was a lawyer. She told you she was a real estate attorney.
Yeah.
She knows what's going on.
Right.
With all things real estate. Listen, I'm not about to fight I'm not about to fight with nobody who work with the IRS. I'm not gonna fight with nobody who work with the FBI, CIA, or any other of them acronyms. And I'm definitely not fooling with the IRS. And I'm not fooling with no real estate attorney or the police. Do you know why? Because if they want to do a background check, they want to check in on your records, they want to do anything like that. It's very easy for them to do. They've probably made friends, so their friends would do a solid for them. I saw that down on Sisters. Hey, no raggedy, scraggly self had a friend who allowed him into the federal database so he could go check the airport cameras. These people are making friends, and if they friends feel like you didn't wrong them, oh, they gonna help out. So once she bring your stuff out, I'm just gonna say this: you brought it on yourself. And sitting up there talking about, you didn't have to trap your husband, but Dr. Heavenly had to trap hers. Whether that woman got married to her man because she was pregnant or whether it was for love,
she better talk about daddy.
She did that on Twitter. She said Dr. Heavenly, she didn't have to trap Eugene into a marriage. Dr. Heavenly did. Well, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon, they still married.
She did trap him. She trapped him with that snapper coochie. She trapped him with that Detroit.
No, I think it was the lettuce. I think she did the Listerine and the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She trapped him with the Altoid.
Listen, you said you didn't have to trap your husband, but Dr. Heavenly did. Let's be clear. Somewhere or other, somebody then, tricked, flipped, manipulated, bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led stray somebody into a marriage. Hey, they love especially if they loved each other. Oh, they gonna get married. They gonna figure out how to get a marriage out of you. Whether it be the man doing it to the woman or the woman doing it to the man, or it's not a heterosexual relationship and y'all done figured out how to trick somebody into a marriage. Oh yeah, because I feel like that's gonna be my situation. Somebody gonna trick me into getting married, and it's just like, well, how did I end up here?
You like you already prepared to be tricked.
I was like, I didn't know. But stop talking about that woman husband. Stop talking about that woman marriage. I get y'all don't see it for each other, and the fact that you told that lady you didn't care about her mother dying, I can see why she don't, see it for you. Now, Dr. Heavenly says she like you. She just don't like your ways. And I was like, well, no, yeah, she said she like you. She just don't like your ways. And I'm like, well, if you don't like her ways, you don't like her. But we gonna see what happens. And Anila, girl, I get you don't like them kids, but come
I'm
on
gonna need
now.
Anila to take care of them kids.
She don't want to take care of her.
She don't like them kids.
But this was a good conversation. I think we need to have a town hall meeting.
Not a town hall.
We need to have a town hall meeting because blacks versus imported blacks. Can we call them imported blacks? Because it is a big difference. Like we should all come together, or can we all come together? I think that would be a good.
I think it's a good idea, and I want to open it up to everyone. Like,
yeah, and I would like to have a panel. I definitely want So Deb on the panel because I think he has a lot in ranting. You have a lot, to say, Nola as well. And please go follow their channels and go check out Ranting Ricardo. She's about to be on right now with the Love and Hip Hop review. And please definitely go check out Nola Reed's channel. And please subscribe and hit the like button to our channel.
For the people like down at TikTok who really be talking about a lot of this stuff, because I talk about it, but I don't I don't want to say harp on it. It's just like talking about a lot of this stuff makes me sad, and I don't like being sad.
Mm-hmm.
I already got
it is a serious situation because this depicts our future. Like,
yeah, I was like, I'll talk about it if there's a panel, and
this really depicts our future, and I think it should be like regular blacks versus imported blacks. Can we all just get along? Can we come together as one?
Listen, they're who is it? Consciously on TikTok, Aunt Karen, she calls out a lot of she black lady, but she calls out a lot of the clear folk who be messing up.
Mm-hmm.
I Speak 1906. There's a lot of they're on TikTok. They're also on YouTube. Y'all go check them out. They really do a lot of stuff. They actually talk about the history. Really have real
and how the first president actually was a black man.
That's where
that was very interesting to find out, and that he was actually in one of the pictures that's on our money, and they whitewashed him.
Yeah, so they talk about those people, just to name a few. I follow them, and they really talk about this stuff, and they do whole panels, and those would be good people if y'all ever not just for y'all, but anybody else who wants to learn anything.
Yeah, because we can even go even when you go to England and London and stuff like that, the Queens and everything, when you go back way back 1806, they were black, and then when they redid their portraits later on, they made them white.
Mm-hmm. And there's and that's why I said there's a reason why they want to take off take different social media platforms down, because you have a lot of people who are talking black people who are talking.
Because they found some of the original portraits that's painted, them paintings that's hanging up. I think the lady, I forgot the name of the painting. It's a famous painting with the lady. She's like this, not Mona Lisa, but she has the hair brushed back in a little bun, and she's sitting sideways like this, and she has the little that original painting. They said it was a black lady.
What is it?
The Mona Lisa?
Not the Mona Lisa. No. It's another painting. She has a band over her head, and her hair's
the girl with the pearl earrings.
Yeah. Yes.
Through TikTok, I found out that
yes, the girl with the pearl earrings. That's the name of the picture. And originally, it's black.
Yeah, through TikTok, I found out that what we know as Central Park used to be a thriving black. Black.
Yeah, but that's the one they duped them out of their community to build Central Park. They took their land.
They built Central Park on top of their community.
Yeah, on top of their land. And that's what with California has given a lot of black people back, the ancestors back their land. New York needs to do that, because the whole Central Park. All that down there, West End and all that downtown, that was black people's land.
Lake Lanier, I tell people every year, and it's getting around that time that y'all feel like y'all gonna want to go down there to that lake. sorry, I'm gonna have to say it. Keep your asses off Lake Lanier, okay?
Yeah.
Stay off of Lake Lanier. It was black town, and the people didn't leave fast enough, and they decided to flood it. And you could still see the column, they had a coliseum, and you could still see the stairs, and there are a lot of black people and a lot of other people still down there. Okay, and
Yeah, and then their spirits are still there because it's a place down the block for me. It's a place down the block for me, and I would always, I think I mentioned it before, like every time I would drive past there and then cab past there or in the bus or whatever, I would feel, oh my God, I feel like, sorry. So I would feel overwhelmed, get hot, and I could get nasty taste in my mouth. And I was like, why every time I pass by this place, I can't breathe? It's like, I can't breathe. It's like I could hear like screaming like in my head, like it's crazy. And come to find out, it was a slave chamber. And a lot of slaves was murdered there in that space, and they was like, it's like a landmark. And I was like, and I never knew. And I said, when I passed by there, I could feel like I can't breathe. It feels like very overwhelming, like to me. I'm like, their spirits are there.
And some white man just went down there scuba diving and came up with a whole bunch of rings, and I'm like, how y'all be messing with the tombs? Like, put it back, leave it alone. And if the something happened, I'ma just let her know it wasn't me, it was them. I ain't had nothing to do with this. I told them to leave y'all at peace because they didn't let y'all live at peace when y'all was here. Y'all should at least have peace when y'all gone to the crossroads with your people, so you won't be lonely. Okay, but
right.
Check out those, y'all check out those people I said. There's a lot.
I definitely will, and we appreciate you for coming up, Rantin.
Okay, I'm gonna get down here because I got to go.
See you later.
See ya.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And we had a really nice discussion. We got open and honest, and we let it all hang out. We'll be back tomorrow talking about Raggedy Marlowe.
Literally, only person that didn't let it hang out was Eugene because he don't got enough to hang. But
it can sit perched, or I don't know. Y'all gave us some techniques for the kids to use with they mates. So we learned some techniques for the some of the old heads maybe probably already been doing that, but we learned about
we trying to teach the young whippersnappers, So
just in case you got a shrimp cocktail at home, we gave you some tips. The 90-degree angle, the Listerine,
the
Altoids,
and the ice. Don't forget the ice
too. Don't forget the ice. Gotta have the ice in there. So thank you, So Dep, for dropping by. Nola, Ranting.
Yes,
Robin. Q was here.
Kimmy Nicole.
Kimmy. Shar,
Sweet Pea.
Thank y'all for getting open and honest, because we got real interesting with the discussion today. So
yes, and we need to have more discussions like it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was saying that I want to ask everyone, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, just DM us on IG. That's the quickest way to our hearts, is through the DM.
Yes, definitely.
So that's the quickest way to reach us, quicker than the email or anything like that. Just DM us. Don't be afraid to DM us. So just let us know what you want us to talk about, or if there's an interesting topic that you want our opinion on, let us know. And we'll be back tomorrow with the
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And that boring Jamaica trip.
Yes, we're doing the last 2 episodes, so we're going to be in boring Jamaica, guys.
I don't know how you can make a trip to Jamaica boring, but Sanya seems to.
Sanya is, we're going to just say that tomorrow because it's a lot. It's a lot. But we love y'all for watching. We love y'all for hanging out with us, and we really appreciate you guys.
Yes, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And tell a friend. Send a referral.
Right, send a reference.
Send a reverend down. But we
send them our resume.
Send them
in the words of Kaya. Send them our resume.
So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe. And this has been Let's Get Into It. Bye, y'all.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on guys, let's get into it.